Week recap. I didn't get a weekly outlook to you guys on Sunday. My apologies for that. But yeah, so that's why I'm coming today with this video on Wednesday, and then we'll be with the end of week recap on Friday. Right away, getting into my first pair from the list is AUD CAD. As you can see here, you can see this position marked up, this short position that I took this morning. I was just tapped out, stopped out of the position, and then as you can see, it went in my favor. It fucking happens, nothing you can do about it. I just want to break this down for you guys because this was a great trade with a B model, which you guys will see in a moment. But before I really dissect into it, I just need to give you guys the overall picture first, of course, and what gave me this bear narrative over this bullish price action. What made me want to take the sells is what I'm trying to say here. So first thing I want to point out is with this leg, okay, we have this range here. This is where our trading range closes, and this is also where order flow shifts. This is where we're now in bearish order flow, okay? After coming to try and mitigate this demand zone here, you can see this low failed to put in a new high. I lied, sorry, this low does put in a high, but it's when we come this high, we take out this low. So now this is a 15-minute break of structure, which is a 4-hour internal structure break. Now, this low, after trying to mitigate and sweep this, we can really see the failure of the bullish price action from this zone as the supply holds this low, failure to put in a new high. We get a nice reaction from it. Order flow realigns here. We trade up into the newly created supply, realign again, and basically continue just trading down and creating bearish price action. Now, I was being cautious of these relatively equal highs here that could be acting as liquidity, but for me, this week low was a confluence as to see price go lower. Now, if we zoom in on the more recent intraday price delivery from this New York session, you can clearly see this zone. Nice supply. This zone is also a flip zone, as this demand flips into supply, and we know that CAD pairs typically love to play off the flip zones. CAD in general likes to play the flips. So I thought if we pull up into here, we'll be pro order flow, so I can possibly capitalize on something in this in the New York session and maybe take some sells. Where was I looking to take my profits? Essentially, I was looking to maybe take at this inducement and then further into the low. This inducement, which we've seen in the past, sometimes will act as the liquidity to fuel the move to go higher, okay? Because like I said, I was keeping note of these equal highs, right? Liquidity, also knowing that we could come to mitigate this higher time frame supply. This was a very good area to look for take profit areas, partial profits, whatever. But let's just get into the 1 minute time frame now. Okay, model B entry. What does that mean? That means as we come into our last point of inducement on the 15-minute, basically on my broker and on TradingView live data this morning. It's weird now, it's a little different, but this was just tapped into here. Okay, so what do we do once we wait for that first tap? Is we have to wait for it to get swept. Okay, so we get a nice reaction, price trades above it, okay, and now we get a nice bearish engulfing candlestick, and that is where our entry is on the engulfing candlestick closure. As you can see here, I even had a few pips covering for spread on my actual broker, but I was still taken out to the pip. You know, this shit happens. But after that, we just completely dumped for over 20 pips, 23, almost 24 pips. Here we are now running at about, things at about 40 pips down from where we took our entry point. You know, we would have looked to probably close most of the partial here, but knowing that this thing might not stop. This thing could keep going. So this is why I like to close majority of my volume at my final TP area and keep some skin in the market. That's what I would have done in this case. That's how I was looking to manage the trade. But unfortunately, we weren't granted that opportunity this morning. So we move on. We don't let that affect our psyche. So next, we go to the next day, next pair, we move on. Good trade nonetheless. AUD Chief. Not a whole lot going on with this. I was looking for some shorts up here this morning to take into this demand. You can see we rinsed the liquidity from here. Okay, where's the opposing liquidity? All resting here. This is basically the whole origin of this entire leg. So this is where it all started, and where this acts as a good price, a good magnet for price to come to. Sorry. Right. First tap sweep, order flow realigns. So this is a very strong demand zone that I can see price coming to. Will we get a new high from here? We don't know, but we do have a good sense that it will come to here. So after getting this order flow shift, right, showing that now we're bearish, possibly that this is weak. Sorry, not weak, possibly that we could be getting the sell off now into here. Now wait for an order flow to realign once again. So is the idea behind this, to take a sell from here while this is stacking up nicely, equal highs for the opposing liquidity to target out of our POI. So this is our LTT, liquidity to take into the POI, and then LTT, liquidity to target. So as you can see, it just completely dumped this morning, and this demand didn't even hold. So Aussie dollar shorts, in my opinion, take it to the daily time frame, right? You can kind of see this little, not little, it's a very clear supply area. All right, we kind of got tapped into here. It's like we've maybe shifted actually, but keeping in mind, like, I'm not in super favor of this pair. Actually, not too sure why I'm showing you guys. I just real quickly want to say that if we can see some stuff like this form to take sells, I will look to do so. Other than that, the next thing that, this is what makes sense to me first, is to continue taking the pro trend, sorry, the pro order flow moves, right? Because we have a more recent break there. Okay. And watch for 15-minute delivery, because this thing can still run up as the 4 hour still bullish. If we break down here, and now things in the market have changed, right? But not a whole lot for this pair at the moment. It's not my favorite. Just still need some more price development. Euro AUD, same sort of deal. A little bit more development, but this is my thoughts behind this pair. This is our larger leg. Let's make this blue for our buys. Okay, right. Our break. We come through to take this liquidity. Sell side liquidity taken. Okay, from here we have buy side liquidity here, more sell side liquidity taken down here, right? It's like a math equation. Remember, what you got to do to one side, you have to do to the other. So if the sell side liquidity has been taken, it just typically price is going to want to run to the next opposing liquid regions. So where is that on the higher time frame, right? All that is right here. And if this is our leg or trading leg from here, okay, from here to here, basically expecting higher high, higher lows, right? So we can see stuff like this form where we form a higher high, right? Get a pullback. Now we can start to see possibly things trickle up to take this liquidity, maybe put in a new high. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm looking to see how the longs form up in this area. Basically, see how the 15-minute reacts. Okay, pull back, sweep, shift, retrace, entries, looking for in here, right? This POI sweeps this low, mitigates this demand, puts in the new high, basically looking for a pullback to go higher, right? Higher highs, higher lows. You can see the sequence here. Next is this pound dollar pair. Beautiful. Okay. GU, I'm very bearish on at the moment. If you take a look very to the left, this is kind of our weekly leg, if you will. If you look at the weekly time frame, you'll see that this is our swing high or swing low, our overall break of structure here. Pulling up into premium priced supply, you can see we liquidate all this. We liquidate these regions, this high, these highs. Tap into the supply, break structure down here. Okay, continuing to watch what price does. You can see we stack more liquidity for this supply. This supply sweeps to the left, as you can see. Nice equal highs for price to take. The price does exactly that. Shows another bearish hand, which, to be real, we could probably mark right here. I would say we'll probably want to put our ISB somewhere here, but I'll just mark out this overall break of structure. Works for me. So here now we have our 4-hour trading range. Looking for a pro trend, pro order flow moves, right? Typically I like to look at the extreme POIs. Where is that? Up here. This is the extremity. This is our inducement level, basically our highest or extreme inducement for the 4-hour. Maybe you would want to map that out here, but for me this is good, and just keep an eye how price reacts within this overall area. Liquidity to take into the POI, possible liquidity to target down here, depending how price forms until we reach the supply. You know, we could see stuff like this, and that changes things because now we would have much more liquidity, right? Something along these lines to target, and that would actually make the trade idea for a sell bias more interesting and more, give me more confidence. But in the meantime, I'm expecting to see the supply get reached. Looking at the 4-hour, right? Pretty bullish, right? Higher highs and higher lows. Okay, boom. Probably see a pull back into here, push up, break, pull back, and you basically just keep going until we see the shift in market structure. Okay, and I look for that same fractal on the 15-minute, 1 minute, so on. Alright, that takes us basically to the beginning now. A quick one. Make sure to jump on the chart yourself and back test this. This was another trade that fits our model. This is a great entry, actually. But you know how the game goes. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this. I'll see you guys on Friday's video for the end of week recap. Until then, take it easy.